listen up. The Accord have a couple flash priority jobs for us. I'll bounce the details to you now.
Hey folks, it's Rob, and this is Firefall, which is currently in open beta. You may be wondering, what the heck is Firefall? Well, Firefall is an online, massive, I'm not going to say role-playing game, it's more of a shooter. This is the map, and just to take you around, this means that we've lost Thump Dump. Thump Dump is now in enemy control at the moment. We can push back by taking control points and driving back this purple stuff. I think that's called the meld. This area is under attack currently. Actually, it has no power. Right. Let's see, where am I? I think I'm in Copacabana. Yeah, I'm in Copacabana. This is the starter point when you load in. This is a little safe area behind this wall. You can walk in and out as you like, but the enemies can't get in. Copacabana is your first starting out point when you're playing the game. The charge level for the game for this defense is currently at nearly full, 97%, and it's well back, so I'm not expecting any attacks here. Which is why starters start out here. It's pretty safe. Now I'm using my jump jets occasionally, as you can see, by pressing space. We're moving around with WASD and navigating with the mouse, as you might expect if you're familiar with shooters. This here is a glider spot, and that allows us to get around in a different way, as you can see. This can be in first or third person mode, depending on how you like it. Just tap the mouse wheel and you can switch. Press down shift to move a bit faster. There are vehicles. I don't have one yet. Haven't crafted it or obtained one, and I haven't paid for any kind of starter packs. So if I had done so, I would have gotten a vehicle. But actually, I feel you can get around pretty effectively without one. Someone just shot a bug. That was one of our NPCs. They patrol the area. As you can see, you can fly a fair bit with your jump pack. It makes for an interesting dynamic, and certainly makes it a lot easier to get over terrain.
Don't worry.
You're like, oh, well, this is all well and good, Rob, but what is there to do? Well, first off, there's missions. Here we have people doing gathering. That's called Thumper mission, and essentially you have to defend the Thumper, as if it was Dune, from the various critters that show up to try to take it away and destroy it. This here is a crash thumper. That's a random event that can happen, and basically you can try to recover it, or you can salvage it, depending on the circumstances. This is an Ares mission. That means the Accord has tasked a team or individual to whoever does it first, basically, to go and respond to a situation. This is a melding tornado. That's kind of like a rift event, and that needs to be dealt with. It needs to be closed up, or it's going to cause problems for that region. Let's see here. We have any other types? Sometimes there's crash bikes. Those can be recovered for loot or for stuff. Well, it looks like we're losing Northern Shores. Yep. Right, so yeah, I mean, you can totally go out here and, like, capture these places as well. with assistance is probably for the best, because you can definitely run into much more trouble than you can handle. I've not been over here, so I've not unlocked that one into my network. You have to visit these locations if you want them to show up on your network. You're going to start out with Copacabana, which is where I am. You can see it right there I am. And you need to actually go out and visit the other spaces and log them into your network. Okay, so that's the map. Oh, and it's easy enough to set a waypoint. Let's say I want to go here, right? All I need to do is just tap that, and I've
Something
set
have taken the nearby watchtower. We need to take it back.
Yeah, and that's Eve Arrow. She's chatting about the missions and events that happen around you. There's another guy called Oil Rig. He'll turn up from time to time too. But because I've tagged on the map, I can now see you that waypoint way off in the distance. Now, I'm using a particular type of battle frame called the Dreadnought, but there is no requirement for me to have to do so all the time. I could be piloting all kinds of different things. The assault frame, the biotech frame, the engineer frame, the recon frame. Those are all unlocked initially, and you can use those as you will. Switch around anytime you want to. I like using the Dreadnought frame, so that's what I've been using. I have done enough that I could actually unlock another frame if I wanted to. In that I have earned some pilot tokens. I believe I have earned... Let's see here. I've done 11 of 30 upgrades here. I don't think... Actually, no, I don't have enough pilot tokens. If I don't have enough pilot tokens to unlock a frame, you can spend red beans. 100 red beans, which is the cash currency, will unlock this for me right away if I wanted it. And I don't have to unlock that one. I could unlock one of these other ones. There's essentially 2 other variants of each of the basic frames, which is supposed to be supporting different play styles. So, the frames can be modified with different equipment that you can either craft or purchase. For example, I fitted these jump jets, which I manufactured. That came with these stock ones, and I had purchased these secondary ones before I'd crafted the ones I'm currently using. You can unlock abilities using experience points. I have yet to unlock that one. But as you can see, I've also been spending on upgrading here. You can allocate your surplus energy into abilities. As you can see, I've maxed out things I can. My secondary weapon is a stock one, so I can't modify it at the moment. As is my repulsor blast, which is see, stock Accord repulsor blast. You can paint her up as you want. Yeah, if you like to. Better, more advanced colors cost red beans. I think that's fair enough. I mean, that doesn't affect gameplay. That's just the look. And honestly, they got to have some way of making the money off the game. And I'd rather them make money off the game, off of things that don't affect the actual gameplay. This is the molecular printer.
Manufacturing complete.
This allows us to refine and manufacture items. It's essentially the crafting of the game. Here we can see some stuff I had done earlier. Now, let's say I want to do more refining. Refining 2 allows me to refine 3 different materials at the same time. So let's see here. I have octene I want to refine. And just looking through my list, I also have iron and biopolymer, so that's fine. It won't mix them, it will just simply refine these three materials. Now, I'm refining items that I have more than 1,000 of, because I want to be able to get hybrid crystals. There we go. This, because you only have 2 workbenches, this allows us to manufacture... Oh, crystite refining is not what we want. Sorry, folks. Crystite refining allows me to convert my raw materials into crystite, which is not good. What I want to do here is actually refine the materials for use. Those were refined materials I had already refined, and I don't want to take my refined materials and turn them into in-game cash, because honestly, the materials are hard enough to get a hold of in the first place. I don't need to be doing this right now, but I'm going to do the raw copper, and I will do raw Regenics. Okay.
Manufacturing started.
Now, the amount of time this takes, and this takes real time, is dependent on the quantity involved and the difficulty of the item. Some items take just 10 seconds to run off. Some things take like 20 minutes. Some will take days. And if you want to skip the wait, you can spend into red beans. This one would cost me 1 red bean. I don't recommend you do that. I'm not sure why you really want to spend cash money to avoid spending 20 minutes on refining some materials, but, you know, it's your money. Again, this is how they make money in the game. I don't have a problem with you buying time, as I can do the exact same thing by waiting. Now, resource blending comes in handy if you have a bunch of bits of various refined materials that are of slight differences. Basically, let's say I have 50 of this and 50 of that and 50 of another of, say, iron, right? And each iron will have its own quality, right? So here I have iron quality 437. Right? I could have iron quality 852. I would then, if I wanted to blend those two, which I wouldn't because one's vastly higher quality than the other, but they would average between the two based on the quantity and quality. I don't think I actually have anything I can show you that way. Yeah. But as you can see, each item has its own... Yeah, see, like, this is a rare quality 724. You can also manufacture stuff, like thumpers. I could buy this thumper from a merchant for 500, or I can manufacture it here for 200 plus 15 minutes of time, as you can see right here. The squad thumper is a bigger thumper, and has a larger capacity. However, it also will draw more critters, which is why it's a squad thumper. You want to have some people with you to work that one. You can manufacture components. You can manufacture consumables. Consumables just cost crystite. Let's say I wanted a deployable glider pad, right? It will take me 10 seconds to manufacture one deployable glider pad. Now, I don't have to be here at Copacabana to pick up these items. I could be at any hub and pick up these items and set up my next batch of war instructions. This is the research area, and research costs crystite. Let's say I wanted a medium health pack. I'd have to spend 2,000 crystite to be able to unlock that. Or let's say I wanted, say, Jump Jets 2. 5,000 to research that. Or let's say here, I wanted to improve my personal thumper. And what the heck, let's do that.
Processing.
Now it's going to take 2 hours and 60, basically 3 hours for the personal thumper to research. And that's real time. I don't have to be logged into the game for that to proceed. I can be logged out. It's a bit like Eve that way. So I can be up to whatever I want to be doing. That's an ammo pickup there, as you might guess. And that means I don't have to stand here. That's the only things I can do with the crafting is 2 workbench items, so that's why it's useful to have those extra queues on the refining, because you will have a lot of time tied up in manufacturing and researching things, and you don't want to be... You can't use your unrefined materials. Now here's the marketplace. Marketplace is basically the auction house. Allows you to buy and sell items. I can list my items for sale. I could search for items to buy. I could make things that are only affordable available for me to look at. People put up here stuff that's dropped, that they manufactured. You can get your materials. It's the usual everything in the auction house. This is the red bean shop, and it's one of the many, but everything you buy here costs red beans, which is cash currency, and as you can see, you can get XP boosts, you can get personal arc porter, you can get pets, car. This kind of stuff saves time. It doesn't give you a performance improvement over your opponents that they could have gotten by spending time. So that's fine, in my opinion. And that's really the best way to do things if you're doing the free-to-play model. Because no one really likes pay-to-win. Do. You can sign up for PvP and all over the place, but generally the game is PvE.
Destination for families, captains of industry, and anyone seeking an unforgettable getaway.
All right, let's go and help out with this LGV.
I'm picking up the signal for a crashed LGV near your location. Might want to check it out. Might find something good.
Now you can see the waypoint tracker has been put down on the ground, and I can follow that if I want. That's if I'm going to stick on the ground, though. Sometimes you can make logical shortcuts by hopping over things. As you can see there's going to be a bit of intervening terrain. So, there's buoys out there. Don't go past the buoys, you'll suicide. Well, looks like that mission's been completed by somebody. Oh well. I thought that might happen. I had quite a few turrets going here. Yeah, here's a crashed LGV bike. They've already recovered what there was to recover from there, unfortunately, so that's it for us on that mission. You can go prospecting for materials. I can totally show you how to do that if I want. There's someone searching for materials right now. There's a nearby ARC mission. Let's take that.
Hey, boss. I've received word from Trends Hub that a large group of Chosen were located in an area not far from your location. Care to look into it? I am detecting dozens of Chosen. They may be using this as a staging area.
That is problematic. Hopefully I got enough. Come on. Nope. See, this is what happens when you're out in the past the buoys. Fortunately, dying is pretty much harmless. You go back here. You're back at where you were. There's a battle frame station if you want to change up your frame. As you might recall, I'm back here in Copacabana. Here's something I'm not very keen on. Try your luck, spin and win, vending machine token. If you can buy vending machine tokens and basically gamble. Not a fan of that. Alright, so you still have yet to actually see a bunch in the way of actual gameplay, and I totally need to show you some. So
I'm picking up the signal for a crashed LGV near your location. Might want to check it out. Might find something good.
okay, we're the first ones here.
Well, looks like we found a Christite runner. If you don't plunder that loot, I'm sure some other dude will.
Well, you saw how that went. That was a very straightforward one. Basically, we just looted it. Let's see if we have in the neighborhood. I know. We'll see what random things happen as we're moving around. Because things totally do happen. Or we might see somewhere where we can drop a thumper. That's actually an animal hive. There we go. Use some of my little powers. You can see the clip's quite considerable on my primary gun. Clearing out these bugs is useful in that I'm getting XP. I'm earning materials and drops. For example, I just picked up something there. I'm earning Christite. I'm generally probably progressing towards some kind of local mission, like my efforts will be appreciated in some way. Also making the place safer for other players. If someone wants to thump in that area now, then there'll be less trouble. Yeah, I didn't think that was anything. That's somebody else on their bike. Okay, we're in a new region. Somehow I got past
Ready
that.
for a new contract, boss? Accord are sending me the details, but the location is already on scene. Looks like we're recovering goods for the Accord. I am detecting dozens of Chosen. They may be using this as a staging area.
Someone's already there. As you can see on my HUD. Ah, it's up in here. Okay.
The Accord have sent me the objective via SID. Patching you in. Get the target and bring it to the ARC port pylon outside. Over there, boss. Be careful. We need this stuff intact.
Not quite sure where I'm bringing my medical supplies. This is still in open beta, by the way, folks, so catching on bits of ground. I'm afraid that's still going to happen. I can see getting lost in that little bit of cavern. So it would appear the mission was completed. I never did find where I was supposed to drop the stuff. Anyhow, hopefully that's given you a taste. Should I show you anything else? That's just an ammo dump. Oh, that's a death squad moving in towards that tower. Now just get moving, Rob. Usually a death squad's a pretty big deal. I'm gonna follow the waypoints this time just because it's on an island, and you saw what happened last time we tried to cut corners by trying to cut across the water.
Manufacturing complete.
There we go. My refining is done. I can pick that up at any main waypoint. That's actually a thing I could be shooting up, but we're gonna keep walking past that. Actually, it looks like the death squad's been dealt with. That looked like a bit of lag. Yep, death squad's been dealt with. Well, that's just the way of things for me today. Brine worms. I haven't shown you my secondary weapon, have I? Hit Q, switch weapons. Got a little grenade launcher. That's the one I've decided to fit. I could have fitted a variety of secondary weapons. There's a crash thumper up ahead. I'm going to ignore that beastie. Pick up the bit. Take it to the
Find the
thumper.
missing parts. Get that thumper working. Oh, dang. Looks like that damn malfunctioning thumper's fuel cells are overloading. Better hurry up before it blows. Damaged or not, I know people who will pay for its parts. Hey, boss. You think you could fix up a crashed thumper for me? Hey, boss, you think you could fix up a crashed thumper for me?
Yeah, I am. Just about every other time I fire the gun, it goes blah, which is, I mean, not exactly a brilliant choice, but
Hey, boss, you think you could fix up a crashed thumper for me?
now, there are more parts, yes. Just pass over objects to pick them up. I have 25 seconds remaining. There we go. That should be it. The thing will now lift off.
Hey, boss, you think you could fix up a crashed thumper for me? It looks like new. Great work, boss.
press down N and right click. I got raw Regenics, an Accord Merit Point, or Crystite Regenerator, and Crystite for doing that. Now I would have gotten a share of the payout had I participated with other people. Because those 5 points could easily have been picked up by like 5 different people. I was going to show you the mining, but I haven't come across a node yet. That one there. No, that's just a freaking lizard. That looks like a pickup. All part of the exploration function is finding things.
Dr. Blake, I trust the xenoalgae samples I passed on were more than adequate for your experimental research. I know that I don't need to remind you, again, of how risky this is. Introducing a species, no matter how small, from Alpha Prime to our native Earth environment could have disastrous consequences. Now, I have only cooperated so far because I agree with you that something radical must be done to raise our surface temperature, and I am frustrated with our progress thus far. As we step up our efforts, it is vital that we cover our tracks. I don't want some watchdog bot bounding into my Sin viewpoint with a warrant. Clear your cache immediately after each and every time we correspond. Keep up the good work. I'm sure we'll see results soon. Fratibus in Torridam Terra. P.S. Please return my hollow shaving cream bottle at your convenience.
As soon as the fighting starts, expect reinforcements. Work fast. Boss, there are several reports of Chosen near an old hydrocore power station in Lagoa Rasa. I think we should check it out. It looks like they've established arc ports inside the core, including in the underground cavern. This is not becoming easier. Stunt the Chosen advance into New Eden, at least for a little bit. Chosen have been popping up like this all over Northern Shores. I wouldn't be surprised if this was happening all over New Eden even.
There's a sniper down at the end. Neat to explore, but let's get out. Besides, I haven't seen my rewards. Cool. Stiff. We like stiff. Now I will regenerate my health over time. I will regenerate faster if I wasn't moving.
Joaquin, I got your message interlaced in the recent potluck vodka ad. Nearly didn't catch it. I agree with you that the Hydro Corps should be an easy target for us. Up until now, they've been able to operate with nominal security as the facility has little value to the war effort. I think that they underestimate the conviction of our movement. While I liked your idea of infiltrating the facility, I wonder if it wouldn't just be easier to sabotage the nearest repulsor pylon and let the melding do the work, huh? Either way, that centrifuge is going down. You can count on me.
Now, here's a melding repulsor. That's what this is, the melding. And I could activate this myself if I have 312, which, actually no, I have 312 of the 3,000, yeah, 3,898 that you need to be able to open it up. I'm going to hold on to my stuff, because that's definitely a group thing to do. It's an RB, Steve. There we go. Get a lot of melded critters when you're near the meld. What happens if you go into the meld? You can totally go into the meld, but I would highly advise against doing so. And why do I advise against doing so? Because it hurts. There's only so long you can last in there. There's a strike team up ahead. Looks like that strike team's been dealt with. The watchtower, looks like I'm just going to get in on the remaining dregs of. Don't think it's going to count my participation unless there was something to kill here. 2, 1. Yep, that's it for that. Watchtower will now be saved for another 5 minutes. Handy thing about the watchtowers is that often there is launch pads at the top. All you need to do is hop over one, and voila, we're flying. Now you're gliding, so you're going to drop down every once in a while to pick up speed. But it's a handy way of covering distances and surveying an area. Never know what opportunity you might drop in on. Love how the just jump packs let you just get onto all kinds of bits of terrain. For an explorer like me, that's always neat. I'm afraid the server is a bit quiet at the moment because it is early morning here in Scotland on Sunday, and our dear North American players are in bed. So, expect to see more people playing if you're playing at a close, more like prime time.
Our mystery raider was spotted north of Copa. There are some caves in the area that might bear checking out. This is definitely our guy. Turnsub wants us to go in after him. Turnsub believes they can trace the leader if he uses his teleporter. Our job is to make him want to. Be careful. If we let them activate those beacons, more raiders will attack.
Does seem to help to shoot people in the face, as you might imagine. Having a bit of trouble getting in. Just because I think this mission is actually meant for multiple players. There we go.
Activating that beacon will bring more raiders. Are you sure you want to do that? That's got him. We need to get the others that have shown up.
Okay.
Stay sharp, boss. We got one down, but there are other targets in there.
I've just joined a squad on the fly. Let's see, I gotta find that raider chief. Yeah, so he teleported out.
Good work handling that leader, boss. But there are still more to watch out for.
Looks like they got him without me, but
Nice! Most of them are the same bandits we've been fighting for months.
got an assault rifle. As you can see, the squad is moving on. And as they move off into the sunset, I think that's going to finish it for there. That should give you a pretty good impression of what the game's about. So, thank you for watching. I hope you found this useful or entertaining or enjoyable or something. And have a good day, folks. Goodbye.